Hi, today we'll be going over the basics of the NFT API. Our NFT API makes it seamless to create and distribute NFTs. The NFTs you create can include images, video, audio, and even animation URLs. We offer multi-chain support and also a specific mass minting feature which allows you to mint multiple NFTs to multiple wallet addresses or even multiple email addresses. So let's get started. The first endpoint we're going to run is the create contract endpoint. A contract is the deployment of a smart contract on a specific blockchain. You can also consider it like an NFT collection, which houses all of your minted NFTs under it. So let's get started. Let's look at the basic parameters that are required to create an NFT collection. First, the name of the NFT collection, a description, an image that will be visible to your end users, an external URL which will be a hyperlink and can redirect your end users to your landing page, your documentation page, or your website, anything. And then finally, we have the chain parameter, which is the blockchain on which you're going to deploy your NFT contract on. In this case, I've selected AVAC or Avalanche C chain. Let's go ahead and run this endpoint. As you can see, we've gotten a response which includes an ID. This is the deployment ID and is used to track the on-chain status of the NFT contract. Let's quickly copy this. And as you can see, you also get back a transaction hash, which you can verify through an explorer. And the status of this NFT contract deployment is currently pending. Let's move on to our next endpoint, which is the check contract status. It allows you to pass a deployment ID in the path, which is your just previously copied deployment ID. Let's go ahead and run this endpoint. And as you can see, the status is indicated as succeeded, meaning the NFT contract was successfully deployed on chain. You also get back an address, which is the contract address of your NFT collection. Let's quickly copy this and move on to our next endpoint, which is the create token type endpoint. A token type can be considered like an NFT template where you only have to define the attributes of an NFT once, and then you can mint multiple NFTs from that token type. So here we're going to specify the chain, which is the blockchain and should be similar to the NFT contract, the contract address, which is returned in the response body of the check contract status endpoint. Let's quickly copy this and paste our contract address here. We have a creations array, which you can use to create multiple NFT templates. Here I'm just going to create one. It has a name, a description, and an image. Let's go ahead and run this endpoint. As you can see, we've gotten another ID, and in this case, this is the creation ID of this specific token type. You also get back the token type ID, which is indicated as 1, and the status is currently pending. Let's quickly copy this creation ID and move on to our next endpoint. The next endpoint is the check token type status endpoint, which allows you to check the on-chain status of your newly created token type. In the path, you need to pass the creation ID, which we just copied. Let's go ahead and run this endpoint. And as you can see, the status is now shown as succeeded, meaning the token type was successfully created. You also get back a transaction hash, which you can verify on the Explorer. The token type ID of the specific token type is 1. Let's move ahead to our next endpoint, which is mint tokens. Here, you're going to be minting tokens either to a wallet address or an email address. It requires a contract address. We'll go back to our check contract status endpoint and quickly copy our contract address and paste it here. The blockchain is Avalanche C chain, same as our NFT contract. The token type ID is returned in the check token type status endpoint, which is 1. We'll add 1 here, and I've already specified a wallet address, and I'm going to mint 3 NFTs to this wallet address. Let's go ahead and run this endpoint. As you can see, you've gotten back a mints array, which includes 3 objects. And all 3 objects include an ID, which is the mint ID. Mint ID is unique to each NFT that you mint, and it is used to check the mint status if it was actually minted to the wallet address or not. We're going to quickly copy this mint ID and move on to our next endpoint, which is the check token mint status. Here you need to pass the mint ID in the path. Let's run this endpoint. As you can see, the status is indicated as pending, meaning it's currently being minted. You just need to wait a few seconds and then try this endpoint again, and the status will change to succeeded. Let's try this endpoint once again. Yes. So you can see the status has been changed to succeeded, meaning the NFT mint was successful. You also get back a transaction hash that you can verify, and the token ID of this specific NFT is 2. That's all. Thank you.